Okay, hello everyone, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the AGNCY ATX Creatives Podcast. I'm your host, Sterling Coker. Again, we're at another day. It's been a second since I've recorded another podcast episode because we've been kind of rearranging my living space, and so I actually turned a room in that we happened to come upon an extra room, turned it into an office. So I'm now filming this entire podcast in my new office. I still need to make a set. I still need to add some more stuff to it. I've got my desk set up in here so far. It's awesome. It's been a great experience so far. Like, having my own space really makes a difference. I've definitely needed my own kind of home office for a long time now, so it's awesome that I finally have like a full space that I can kind of set it up in my own way, set it up to be as productive as possible. So I've been kind of working on that the past couple of days. So I've been a little bit off with the podcast schedule. I've been off with some of the content, but I've spent like the entire day today, getting probably a month and a half, 2 months ahead of content and scheduling it out and just creating more new original stuff and just always trying to keep engaging or creating engaging content, right? That's kind of the whole goal of what we're trying to do. So but yeah, today I'm just going to talk about some social media strategies. I had a couple of my slides pulled up, so and then again, follow us on Instagram at AGNCY and you can see all of these slides. I post all of them on Instagram. Soon be posting them on LinkedIn and Facebook as well as I'll post them on Facebook as an infographic, and then I'll post them on LinkedIn as like Google Slides, probably most likely Google Slides or Keynote slides. So but I just kind of wanted to go over some of the stuff that we talked about in the last podcast, right? Which was being consistent with your brand, choosing the right channels, and making sure you're choosing a channel that you're going to excel at, making sure you're choosing a medium, a channel that medium excels at, right? So if you're great at video, you want to do YouTube or Vimeo, or obviously like TikTok, Instagram Reels. If you're great at photography, obviously Instagram, and then you want to use, I don't know, I like using Twitter for some local discovery. I like using the Twitter advanced search to kind of just see what's going on around Austin and kind of my local areas and stuff. You can do some cool keyword search stuff with that. And then building your content library, right? Your pillar content. So creating that library of videos, of video clips that you've edited based off of one video, right? And editing that video down into 4 individual clips. You could do the same thing with a blog post, right? So you could create you could type out an entire blog post and then create a graphic or an animation to pull a quote, right? You could pull a quote from that blog post and then post it onto Instagram in a creative way, right? So those are just some stuff I wanted to go over. Also, something I didn't mention in the last podcast was tracking, right? Tracking your analytics and understanding, like, the content you post, is it working, right? Is video content working better? Is photo content working better? Is our carousel slides working better? Obviously, I think video content is always going to perform really, really well. There's a tons of like just little hacks and tricks you can do to use video content on like Instagram and Facebook to like get more reach, get more views, right? You can make like shorter videos. And that's kind of what TikTok discovered, right? They figured out, well, you really need 7 seconds to capture someone's attention. So I wanted to bring that back around to the importance of understanding the analytics and stuff. And Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn and stuff, they're all making it so much more easier to track your analytics, to measure your results, to really understand and figure out what kind of content is performing well, as well as like what kind of hashtags and stuff are working well, right? I believe Ngrammer and also Insist, the Chrome extension I talked about before. Both of those have analytics that you can run within the software, right, within the tools, and it'll actually tell you which hashtags are performing better, which content is performing better, right? So don't forget to check your analytics. Don't forget to understand and realize which content is performing well, which content is speaking well with your audience, and because that's going to ultimately help you rank, do better in everyone's feeds, right? It's going to help you with discovery and getting more engagement. So today I also want to talk. I'm going to excuse me. Today I want to go over. We're going to go over brand placement, and it's a little bit. It's close to what I was talking about in the previous episode as well, right? So it's understanding the platforms, understanding which platforms work best in your industry, understanding where your potential clients and customers are, like which platforms are they using the most, right? And where on those platforms are they interacting, engaging, right? So obviously brand placement is very, very important. A good idea to start working on that brand placement, as I've continually recommended, is posting on social media. So then people ask, well, what do we post? Well, I always love to, again, referring back to the pillar content, I always like to recommend to people, post what you're good at. Show people what you're good at, or show people what's the most interesting thing about your industry. Do you have interesting technology you use? Is there interesting gear, right? For example, if you're a landscaper, maybe there's some crazy power tools, and maybe there's some interesting shots you get of power tools being used, right? You can really create some awesome slow-mo video, or any kind of video for power tools and stuff like that. Or if you're a dentist, right, getting your clients and your customers more comfortable with the technical aspects of dentistry, right? The gear that dentists use and the tools that dentists use to help your clients and your customers feel more comfortable, right? Coming into your office, more comfortable wanting to regularly visit a dentist. So definitely finding out what are you good at, what's interesting. Also, and find out what your customers want. Find out the content that they interact with and engage with most, and that can help you, right? That can help you find what your customers want. So if you're posting, say you're a dentist and you're posting just a bunch of like before and after photos of teeth, right? I see a lot of dentists post before and after photos of teeth, and it's just like I don't know if that's really the best piece of content to put out there and show people. Maybe you could create a video testimonial of one of your clients, explaining the entire process and how it felt, and just how amazing your smile looked afterwards, right? There's just so many other creative and interesting and valuable things that you could do that would not only help you grow your following and like grow your customer base, but it's actually going to give them value, right? You're actually going to be giving your potential clients and potential customers value by showing them kind of the backside of things, like the back end of things. Showing them things that maybe you don't see every day that a dentist does, or that a landscaper does, or that a travel agent does, no matter what your industry is. Again, figuring out on each social media channel, there's always niches, right? I say niches. People say, there's a quote, it's like the riches are in the niches, right? So each platform has a niche within the platform, right? I mean, Facebook has Facebook groups, Instagram there's like DM pods you can join, there's obviously hashtags you can follow. There's LinkedIn has groups that, although they're not that great, but there's YouTube has YouTube subscribers channels that you follow, so you can really get really specific and create specific content geared towards a very specific demographic and a very specific set of people that you know for sure will relate to this certain piece of content, making it more likely for them to buy in that kind of time and place, right? And that's why placing your brand in the right place is so important, because you need to place your product, you need to place your service, your industry, what you do, your brand. You need to be placed at a time when your potential client or customer is willing to buy or is ready to buy, right? You have to place your content in your, and it has to work like a funnel. And that's why I really like the pillar content concepts, because you can funnel this stuff, right? You can treat it all as a funnel, you know, going from YouTube and then splitting down to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you know, IG Reels, stories. You know, there's just so many other like uses of just one single piece of content that you could use, rather than just posting a video on Facebook, right? Or posting an IGTV, or maybe, you know, doing a Facebook Watch, or just posting, you know, uploading a YouTube video and sharing a link on social media. You need to make content native to each platform, right? It's got to be native. It's got to feel natural. It has to feel like it's meant to be there, right? It has to feel like it's on brand, like it fits in, like it's part of the culture or the industry that your potential clients and customers are in. So that's kind of all I had for today. Just kind of wanted to talk about brand placement. I wanted to reiterate on, you know, building a content library. We'll figure out your pillar content, then build out your content library, right? Schedule and post, track, analyze, figure out which pieces of content are working best, find areas on social media where your clients and your customers hang out, excuse me, figure out where they hang out and where they spend most of their time, and then put yourself in a spot that that's going to actually complement their hobbies and their interests, right? So just some stuff to think about. I hope it helps. If you have any more questions, obviously, you can hit me up, Sterling, at agncytx.com, or you can obviously DM us at agncytx, and then obviously don't forget to check us out on the web, agncytx.com. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Like I said, moving into my new office space area, so I've been spending a lot of time setting it up, trying to get my daily process down. So I feel like the podcast thing will be definitely more regular. I will be just constantly trying to improve on it. You know, subscribe, download, engage, comment, share. Give me feedback. Tell me what you think about the podcast. Like I said, I'm just going to be constantly improving every episode. So yeah, take care guys, and have a great week.